Walking free after 23 years in prison for the murder of his girlfriend, but now his conviction overthrown, in part thanks to a podcast.
I started looking for a reporter who had covered the case.
Adnan Syed was found guilty of killing Hae-Min Lee in Baltimore in 1999, but Serial, a hit podcast from This American Life, highlighted new evidence and triggered the review of his case. And with 340 million downloads and counting, crucially, its popularity brought worldwide attention and sparked an explosion in true crime shows.
I'm an ex-police officer, but a lot of my friends absolutely love solving crimes. They will sit and they'll watch Line of Duty and try and solve a fictional murder, but they will also sit and listen to podcasts, watch true crime documentaries, and try and figure out the truth. And I think it is just this need to find the killer, to find the truth, to make sure that justice prevails.
Thousands of people looking to find this guy.
True crime is proving addictive and it can mobilise the masses. This Netflix documentary about a cat killer saw millions engage in an online manhunt in 2019.
40 years ago, Lynette Dawson went missing.
Chris Dawson was found guilty of murdering his wife.
Chris Dawson has spent his first night behind bars at the Sydney Police Centre.
Yes, indeed. The husband.
And the Teacher's Pet podcast in Australia led to Chris Dawson being convicted for killing his wife Lynette 40 years after she went missing.
True crime is ever present in the weekly global podcast charts. The intimacy of the format lending itself to the dark depths that listeners venture down, often immersed in gruesome and morbid details. It's obsessive listening for amateur sleuths.
I only learned about all this because years ago, an antique clock restorer contacted me and asked me to help him solve a murder.
Encouraging such sofa vigilantism can be complicated.
The producers need to be really careful of two things, one of which is to not contaminate the evidence, to make sure that the integrity of the evidence is preserved, the evidence that they're discovering. And of course, the second thing is to be sensitive to the trauma of the people involved. So that is the victims of the crime and their family members, and also the wrongfully convicted person and their family and community.
And as appetite for true crime grows, audiences now don't just have power when it comes to ratings, but also, it seems, when it comes to tipping the scales of justice. Claire Gregory, Sky News.